All right, guys, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Happy House NYC at Maison 10. I'm going to take this off right here so you guys can see my smile. We're so excited to have you guys checking in with us tonight. We are bringing you our special fitness edition with Reza Pazooki. And from that, I'm going to introduce him. I'm going to exit this way, and he's going to come in this way. And let us know if you have any questions. Be sure to type us in, and we'll get back to you after the segment. Thank you so much. Enjoy.
Hey everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're well. I hope you're feeling healthy, taking care of yourselves, and yeah, all that good stuff that we should be doing at home. Anyway, my name is Reza, and what I'm going to do tonight is break down a workout into 6 exercises that you could do at home. You can piece it together as a circuit. It's designed for you to do each exercise in sequence for 60 seconds at a time, and to repeat 1, 2, or 3 times depending on how you feel. So the workout really tonight is full body. We're going to do some stuff for your core, your glutes, your quads, a little bit of shoulder work, and also finish up with something that might help you. If you sit down all day, it might help you relieve some pain from just like sitting and hunching over your computer. So we'll go over all those things. So with that said, let's get started. We're going to start basically with a warm-up exercise that you probably remember from when you were a kid. You might do them now, you might do them at home. It's a basic, easy jumping jack. So what this does is it really increases your heart rate, gets the blood flowing, it's like a full body movement, and it kind of reminds me of being a kid. There's very little coordination, you don't need much space, and I'm going to show you a couple just to get you familiar again with like a jumping jack. And then what you'll do on your own is 60 seconds of this as your first exercise and a warm-up exercise. So jumping jack is super simple. We're going to start here, feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to do something with a bent arms to kind of stay in the camera or the frame. You can open up wide here. So basically you jump out, spread your legs, open up your arms, and back together. So easy, right? So we'll do this. Let's do a couple, and then you're going to go for a full-on minute at the end of the workout. So the jumping jack is a great cardiovascular warm-up. Get your body going, and it can actually be kind of challenging when you go for a minute. So that's number 1. Number 2, we're going to do a forward lunge alternating 60 seconds. If you tuned in last week, we did this. So forward lunge is great for your quads, your glutes, a little bit of core. And it also gets your heart rate up because this is a compound movement, so you're using a lot of muscles at one time. So like a bicep curl is not a compound movement, you're really using like 1 or 2 muscles. You're using all of your legs here. So it's a great thing to do at home, it's very effective. So forward lunge, we just stand upright, feet shoulder distance apart, and we just take a big step forward, bending at both knees, keeping your upper body upright or erect. And you just step back and we alternate. So this is something I would ask you to do for 60 seconds. So you do your jumping jacks first, rest for 30 seconds, and get into your forward lunge for 60 seconds. So the idea is to go for quality instead of quantity for each minute. So if you have to take a moment to breathe and start over again, you can do that. So what we have now is the forward lunge that you'll add in. The next exercise, so easy, we do this every week here, is a push-up. We like the push-up because it's an entire upper body exercise, and if you do it right, your core will be strengthened through stability work. So, push-up, I'll show you on the ground, and I'll show you a couple modifications. So, you just come to the floor in what we call top of push-up, or plank. From here, before you even start, flex the front of your legs, flex your core, your abs, so we can just take a big exhale and curve up a little bit in your spine. And then we start the push-up where you slowly lower yourself to the floor or to the ground and back up. You want to get all the way down and exhale as you come up, and we'll do this for 1 full minute. Now, if that's not right for you for today, we can do a push-up on your knees, which is basically the same thing, but your knees are on the floor. this lightens the load a little bit. So what we want is a full minute of push-ups. So we have jumping jacks, forward lunges, and now push-ups. So you'll rest for 30 seconds between each exercise. So after this, we're going to go into a lateral or side lunge. So it's basically the same thing that we just did forward, but off to the side. And what this does is it works different parts of your legs. So we used the glute medius for the lunge. Now we're going to use, the maximus. Now we're going to use the smaller muscle in your glute as we step to the side, and all of your side muscles here. This can also be very challenging, so take it slow to start. We're going to get into the legs here. We start totally erect, and we're just going to take a big step off to the left or to the right, bringing your hips with you, and we come down into a lunge here. So you're going to feel a little stretch in your hamstring as you push your butt back, and possibly in your inner thigh if you are tight. So what we're going to do is this lunge for 1 full minute. Go at your own pace. If you need to take a break, take a break. There is a modification for this. If you need it, you can step off to the side and just move your body in this position without taking a full step. But it's nice to do the whole lunge because you get into stability work. So you can be more stable. It works your ankles, your knees. It's great. So after the left side, you want to do the right side for a full minute. So you rest for a few seconds, grab some water, and then we get right into stepping to the right. Now, you're probably stepping to the left if you're trying this. All right, so we're going to do this for a full minute. So you can write these down. We started with a jumping jack, right? We moved into a forward lunge, correct? Then we had push-ups, and now we're doing a side lunge. So we've really effectively worked your whole body so far, right? And a little bit of your core. So from here, we're going to move into what we call a dead bug. We've done this about like 2 weeks ago, I think. I'm going to show you a couple variations. You want to come down to the floor, or the ground, or wherever you are, the grass, and just lay down here. So the dead bug is really focused on your core here. What you'll want to do is raise up your legs until you're at a 90-degree angle bend at your knee and your hip. For now, we're going to leave the hands out of it, so we're just going to let them rest here. Or you can have them up over your head, whatever's comfortable for you. The idea here now is to really exhale and push your lower back into the ground, the floor. Some people would say imprint your spine. And this is the starting point. So you're fully engaged here at the starting point. Now, all we do, it's so simple, but it's challenging, is you take one leg, you lower it just to where it's above the floor, and you bring it back. The idea is to continue engaging your core as you extend your leg forward. So your back, your spine shouldn't curve up like this as you extend your legs. You want to keep it down. So there's no real curving up. And this is step one. You could do this for a full minute. It's very challenging on its own. Or if you want a little bit more intensity, we can add some arm work. So with the arms, you just bring them over your head and bring your knees up as a starting position. I'm sorry, we start this way, straight up to the sky. And what you do is you brace your core, right? Stick your back into the floor. As you extend one leg, you take the opposite arm over your head and you bring it back. Make sure the spine doesn't leave the floor, ever. So if that's happening, I'll go back to this until you really learn to keep those hips tucked in so your spine's on the floor. So that's the dead bug. So what we've done now is jumping jacks. You'll do that for 60 seconds, rest for 30. Then we'll do forward lunges for 60 seconds, rest for 30. Then we'll do push-ups for 60 seconds, any variation. It's a long time to do push-ups, so if you need to take a break, take a break. And then we've done side lunges, and now dead bugs. And the last, is that 6? I think that's 6, right? Yes, so the last thing we're gonna do in this circuit is a squat, like a standing squat, an iso squat, so we're not really gonna move, we're just gonna hang out in a position. Some people call this a pause squat. What this is good for is for anyone that's like working at a desk all day or watching TV or you're riding a bike. This will get you into a different position in the squat. So if you're experiencing knee pain or hip pain or any kind of weird pains from just being an office person all day, or carrying a kid on your hips if you have children, this is a great position to end in. So you step wide, you can turn your toes out a little bit. All we do is we come down into a squat. This is like the most natural human position, right? We're designed to get into this position for many reasons, but we won't talk about those at the moment. What's happening here is it can be challenging for you if you're not flexible, but you're getting a nice stretch in your glutes, in your hamstrings, your lower back. And we're gonna hold this for 1 full minute. It can become uncomfortable for you. You can place your hands here. Yeah, it's just a great little exercise. And it helps you with mobility. So as we age or we sit in one position for a long time, we become less mobile. This will help prevent injury and any pain in the future. So we'll hold that for 1 minute. And so that's the end of our circuit. We're going to complete these exercises 1 to 3 times as a circuit. It'll be very intense as you move forward. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you today, guys. If you have any questions, or if you'd like help with any exercise or you need help remembering them, we'll put them on a list for you. Again, it's a circuit, 60 seconds each. I'll just review them one more time for you. We have a jumping jack to warm up. We have a forward lunge for your legs. We have a push-up for your upper body, and always keep your core nice and tight. Then we have a lateral lunge for your glutes and your sides. And dead bugs for your core. Remember to keep your back imprinted. And last but not least, we have like what we call a pause squat. And yeah, so do 1 to 3 rounds, 60 seconds each. Each round should take you about 10 minutes. So you could make this workout 10 to 30 minutes on your own. And yeah, do your best with it.
Could you show us, Reza, just one more time each one? Just
Oh yeah, of
two
course.
examples of each one.
Oh yeah. So we're you're gonna make me work, guys. So a jumping jack, right? This is warming up your body. It's a full body movement.
Exercise number
It's
1.
a lot of fun. Exercise number 1, 60 seconds or 1 minute, however you prefer to time it. It's the same thing. Then we have a forward lunge. Alternating this one. So we're just going to do 60 seconds alternating here, right? The forward lunge is great for your legs, right? Good compound movement. Gets the heart rate up. Great exercise. Next is a push-up. So we come to the floor. You can have your knees here. You come up, very strong plank position. Everything's engaged. Your legs, your glutes, your core. And we lower down to the floor. Back up. The push-up. 60 seconds. 60 seconds is a long time for a push-up, remember, so take your time, take breaks if you need it. Then we're doing a lateral or side lunge. We're doing a minute on each side for this one. These are a little bit more challenging to get up, so take your time. And as you step to the side, remember that your hips travel with you, bring your hips back. Another thing you can do, if that's not working for you today, is just keep your feet planted and go through the movement here, right? So we'll do that on either side, 60 seconds. Give yourself 30 seconds to recover before you get into the dead bug, which is for your core. 2 options here, right? We come up, knees and hips are square. We imprint the spine. As we exhale, we extend one leg to the floor, keeping this position solid, and then we come back. Option number 2, we add some arms. Give it a little bit more intensity. You extend the right leg and the left arm at the same time. And repeat. But we're keeping the core tight. Remember, we're not curving up as we do this exercise to keep everything engaged here. Last but not least is a pause squat. I'm just hanging out here. It's actually harder than it seems for 60 seconds because we're not used to being in this position. But you won't be able to say I've fallen and I can't get up if you practice this over time. And there's your circuit. 6 exercises, easy.
One for us. I've got a few questions coming in.
Okay.
Are you up for ready for questions?
Yeah.
Okay, so on YouTube, Christina is saying, how often should you do this? Is this something you do every day, or should you have a break?
You can do this every day. It's all compound full body stuff. Just like you would exercise every day, like 5 days a week. You could break it up Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Go with how you feel. Do it one day, and if you're super sore the next day, give it a day and come back to it. So I would recommend, if this is the only thing you're doing, to be able to do it, 5 days a week. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that sounds good. 5 days a week then. Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. So somebody there said, what about the chair with sit-up and with the press-ups and the push-ups? Does that make it easier or harder?
It depends on the chair. This chair will make it a little bit harder because it's really narrow. So in this position, this is a little bit more challenging because you're recruiting a little bit more of the tricep. It requires more balance. If you go against a wall, excuse me for pushing myself against the wall, it'll be much easier. So imagine you're on a treadmill. Your feet are on the sides and your hands are on the handles. That's a very easy push-up that you can do. Just make sure every time you do it that you're flexing your quads, you're flexing your abs.
Got a cheeky one here from Mohammed. He says, you're looking really fit today. How many times have you worked out today?
It depends on how you define workout. So I've lifted once and then I've been running. So I guess you can call that twice?
Twice a day? Okay. Do you work out every day? Is another question.
I do. I try to.
Okay. Carson has just joined us. Carson, welcome. I think you're over in LA at the moment. Big wave to you. Somebody wants to know who the artist is behind. Henri is going to take over and talk about the art in a little bit. And then somebody else over YouTube asking, when's the next Happy House NYC event? Again, Henri is going to take that over. Reza, what can we say?
Thank you
for being incredible. We'll see you same time, same place next Thursday with another home Happy House workout.
Yeah, we can stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, and over to Henri. Well deserved drinking water for you there. Henri Myers.
All right, hello guys. Yes, that was awesome, right? I'm sweating, so great. So the artwork that we are standing in front of is one of our featured artists for this Cycle 17 collection. Her name is Eva Silvernall. She's based out in Austria, in Vienna. She's got a very whimsical, playful type of work. It's mixed media, collage work. We also do, and you can find online, she has these great top 10 cards that we've been giving out and selling here as well that are really fun. She specially created a pack of 5 of them that were like your 10 quarantine favorites. So those are actually something very cool to check out. We've also given them away as great gifts. You can have them as a set of 5 or give them individually to certain people, but they're really cool. So definitely check that out. What else? Tomorrow night is Friday night, so we'll be doing our Happy House Happy Hour here with myself and Tom. So definitely that's called Prom Night, and that's just to celebrate everyone that is graduating for 2020 and might not be able to put an outfit or a tux on or a fancy dress, but you guys can actually do that if you like. So have a drink, bring a drink, wear a costume, a fancy dress, put a gown on. We'll see. We'll be here and definitely want to tune in, check out and see what we're rocking for the night, for prom night. That'll be tomorrow at 7. And then on Saturday we have another Happy House event here with the fantastic Fadi, who's going to continue his dance performance that he started last Saturday. He did a little instruction in the beginning, just about loosening up and getting familiar with your body, and then he turned it into the second part, which was a big performance piece that he did live on air. So that's going to be really fun. I think that's pretty much it for now, guys. So did I cover all the bases?
I think so, yeah. Anybody who has any questions about anything, you can email us, obviously, or send us a message through DM on Instagram. And we'll get back to you.
Facebook, all of that. So we'll see you then. Have a good night. Thank you, guys. Ciao.